Hello and welcome. You're watching Trending Tonight with me, Sanket Upadhyay, the show where we explain the news of the day. Now, what exactly is happening? What happened in Parliament today is not hidden from everyone. You've seen those pictures. 12 opposition MPs have been suspended. They say that they're being suspended for something that they did in the previous session. So, retrospectively, they've been punished now. The opposition is up in arms. The central government is saying, you say sorry, and once you do that, then everything will be fine. The opposition says, we'll not say sorry. So now you have a confrontation over suspension. Now let's quickly take a look at what we are debating today. Government versus opposition over suspension. There is a dialogue versus decorum debate which is presently on outside Parliament, because inside Parliament there is no debate happening. Let's quickly take a look at this presentation to understand what exactly has happened. So obviously there's been the suspension of 12 MPs. The opposition says this is undemocratic. So what happened was that 12 MPs were suspended from Rajya Sabha for the entire session. The chair's reason is that they were suspended for violent and unruly behavior in the last season. Rule number 256 was invoked against 12 opposition MPs for alleged unruly behavior in the previous session. Opposition MPs say under rule number 256, MPs can only be suspended for a period not exceeding the remainder of the session. So what the opposition is trying to say, something that we have done in the previous session, you can't punish us now because the rule says that the punishment should have been meted out then. The only problem was that this incident happened on the last day of the previous session. So is this a violation of a rule by the chair? Is an interesting interpretation which we are going to discuss. Let's now quickly take a look at who all have been suspended. These are the 12 opposition MPs. Priyanka Chaturvedi of the Shiv Sena, E. Karim of the CPM, Phulo Devi Netam of the Congress, Chhaya Verma of the Congress, Ripun Bora of the Congress, Binoy Vishwam of the CPI, Akhilesh Prasad Singh of the Congress, Anil Desai of the Shiv Sena, Syed Nasir Hussain of the Congress Party, Shanta Chetri of the Trinamool Congress, Rajamani Patel of the Congress, and Dola Sen, the MP from the Trinamool Congress. These are the people who have been suspended. Now let's quickly take a look at the previous instances of suspension. So in 2010, 7 MPs were suspended. 7 in one go. Then in 2018, 8 MPs were suspended. But in 2021, you have a massive figure of 12 MPs, perhaps the largest number of suspensions in one go that has happened in 2021 this time around, and that has raised a lot of alarm. Now what are the allegations against them? Let's quickly take a look. What is the chair's reason why they have been suspended? Dola Sen, the accusation is that she pushed a woman security officer, stepped in the way of parliamentary officer. Shanta Chetri tied a noose around the neck using clothes, shouted slogans. Priyanka Chaturvedi, she tore and threw documents. That's the allegation against her. E. Karim snatched papers from the table and misbehaved with a male marshal. Phulo Devi Netam, accused of tearing and throwing documents. Chhaya Verma, again, accused of tearing and throwing documents, misbehaving with women marshal. Ripun Bora climbed on a TV stand inside Parliament. Binoy Vishwam snatched papers from the table. Syed Nasir Hussain snatched papers from the table, misbehaved with a male marshal. Anil Desai snatched papers from the table, and Akhilesh Prasad Singh recorded the scuffle on his phone. So these are the reasons that have been given why these MPs have been suspended, and this has not gone down too well with the opposition, who are saying that now they will be on a relay protest. This protest is going to continue. I would now like to welcome our first guest, Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi. Dr. Singhvi, thank you very much for joining us. You know, I wanted to ask you my first question on this rule number 256, where opposition MPs are now saying that MPs can only be suspended for a period not exceeding the remainder of the session. Are we to assume, Dr. Singhvi, that the chair did not follow procedure or did not follow the rule? Dr. Singhvi, if you could unmute yourself, we're not being able to hear you.
Sanket,
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear.
I believe that you should not see this through the narrow prism of a legalistic approach. But since you asked me a technical question, it appears sadly that the opposition members are right. Because you have to do nothing except pick up the book yourself. And I'm reading it for your viewers, the book. I'm not reading all the details. 256.2. 256, by the way, is titled Suspension of Member. And 256.2, taking aside all the other parts, says, forthwith put the question on a motion being made, etc., etc., that the member, naming him, member means so-and-so, Sanket so-and-so, be suspended from the service of the council for a period not exceeding the remainder of the session. Unquote. Now, I don't think it requires rocket science to read
But
simple
Dr.
English
Singhvi,
language.
what if this said
Point one.
incident
Point
happened
two.
on the last
Point
day
two.
of the previous session?
Well, tough luck. There are some moments in life when you can't press the rewind button, no? If it happened in the last day, suppose something happens in the last 1 hour of a session ending, does the rule empower you that because it happened, incidents happen, they are not orchestrated in advance planning, it happens in the last 1 hour, does it mean that you will violate what I've just read and apply it to the next session? That can't be the law.
Dr. Singhvi, is the chair, is this the prerogative of the chair to mete out punishment or announce a decision? Or will that also be bound by this rule?
The chair is supreme. We all respect the chair, not because of ABCD, but because of the institution of Parliament. But the chair, just as it is supreme, all of us, for example, the legislature is supreme, the judiciary is supreme, but we all put ourselves under a more supreme thing, the constitution. So the chair also puts itself under the rules made to govern the system, including the chair. That's one. Two, I need you to just step back for a minute. That's why I said I don't want to just stick to the legality, but I think in legality, you are right. The language of the rule does not support it. Either you override the rule, say so, waive the rule, say so. None of this has happened. As long as the rules stand, the dharma of the rule is clear.
Sure.
Number two, and there's no answer to say it happened in the last day. That's not an answer. Second point is very important. Just step back for a minute. The farm laws were the cause of the problem. It is virtually common ground. They were passed without debate. Now, after almost 2 years or just under 2 years, you have found with untold harassment and problems in those 2 years that this was wrong and you have repealed them. This problem happened in the context of the farm laws. There is to some extent an admission by you. Would you have, suppose you were a Vajpayee government, start a session on a note, and I want to talk of the larger issue, Sanket. If you really were wanting parliamentary democracy to flourish, is it the right way to start a session on the first by saying, look, Sanket, I have seen you in the house, you and 11 others are going to get punishment on the first day of this house, this session, regarding the last session. Sometimes there are errors. I'm not suggesting that what happened was very laudatory. I think it was worst moments of parliamentary democracy. Equally, the provocation was the worst moment of parliamentary democracy. And what happened also was. But then, should you let bygones be bygones? Should you have a spirit of conciliatory convergence, collegiality, consensus? It has happened, it has happened. Now, why do you want to destroy this session? Is it not, if you come to a new session and I show you a red rag, saying, look, I'm reminding you that I'm throwing you out for the last session. I think it's really giving you a clear message that I don't care about parliamentary democracy.
Sure.
I have a majority or I have the government, I am the master. So just see that larger point of view apart from your narrower point about Rule 256.
Okay. Dr. Singhvi,
and I'm sure a lot of others,
forget
Vajpayee, a lot of other non-Congress, non-BJP even people, prime ministers or governments or majorities would not necessarily want to rake up something new. It's like putting a knife on your raw wound, which is possibly healed partially. And actually, to be very honest, what you should have done is, you could have said, this shall apply to this last day of the last session. As the rule says, remainder. Or I am assuming the worst, I am not canvassing it, I am not agreeing with it. It could say that then only, not now, that for the first day they should remain absent of this session. There are so many ways. If I don't want to conflate and conflagrate, if I don't want a collision course with you, there are so many ways I can find this. Today, what is happening is, Sanket, you are looking for humiliation. What you are saying is, first day you entered the house, things were quiet, settling down, I reminded you of the last time. Now, having thrown you out, I am saying, you come and apologize, go on your knees. Is this the kind of atmosphere in which parliamentary democracy will prosper?
Interesting. Okay. Right. Dr. Singhvi, many thanks for joining us with your view of explaining the narrow legal position as well as the larger position right here. I also spoke to the Trinamool Congress MP, Derek O'Brien. This is what he had to say. So the suspension of 12 MPs from Parliament for misbehaviour on the 11th of August, the last day of the previous session, will not be lifted. This has been said by the Rajya Sabha chairman Venkaiah Naidu in response to opposition parties' outbursts asking him to revoke this suspension. I have with me Trinamool Congress MP, Mr. Derek O'Brien with us. Mr. Derek, now you must have seen the reasons given for the suspension of these MPs. It says Ms. Dola Sen put the hanging loop made up of fabric and scarf resembling a noose around the neck of Srimati Shantha Chhetri in the hallway and held the other end of the loop in her hand and shouted slogans. I mean, very detailed explanation has been given as to why they must be suspended. First of all, your reaction to this.
Cock and bull, total cock and bull, talking about hanging and neck. What's the reality? Why doesn't the government answer these questions? What are they doing in Parliament? What is this government doing in Parliament? Who is passing the farm bills, the farm laws? The country saw what happened. 7 MPs were asking for a vote and the farm bills were bulldozed. Throughout the monsoon session, the opposition, all opposition parties were asking for a discussion on Pegasus. What were Modi, Shah and their ministers doing? Running away from a discussion. The government, the presiding officers, I am no one to give them advice, but they should consider suspending 95 sitting treasury bench MPs of the BJP. They should consider every MP, they should consider suspending the parliamentary affairs minister also of this country. This is not a joke. These are the issues. Why are bills being passed without scrutiny? 60-70 bills were scrutinized. Now in the BJP Modi 2, 10% of bills have parliamentary scrutiny. Ordinances. 1 out of 10 were ordinances. Now 4 out of 10 are ordinances. Bills are not being discussed. The last time there was a special discussion, which we call 267, was 5 years ago. This government is making a mockery, Mr. Upadhyay, of Parliament. But let me explain. Why does this government do this? They got slapped by the Supreme Court. They disrupted Parliament, means the government, because they did not discuss Pegasus. I'll tell you why. Here's how it works. We have Parliament, we have the government. Government is accountable to Parliament. And Parliament is accountable to the people. Now Modi and Shah style, they are the government. They don't want to be held accountable to the people. So what do? They disrupt Parliament and then put out this trashy little document saying the opposition disrupted Parliament. No. Of course the government is responsible to discuss. What do you want the MPs to do? Sit. What has happened today? You know what 12 MPs of Rajya Sabha means? I think I put the picture for your viewers better. 12 MPs in Rajya Sabha is about 500 MLAs. Think about it, young India. 400, 500 MLAs were thrown out of Parliament today. Because why I say 400, 500 MLAs? Equivalent. 40, 50 MLAs vote for one Rajya Sabha MP. So when you throw 12 out, what is going on? And I challenge anybody come on NDTV or come on any of those Godi other media channels, come and debate with any member of the opposition, two members of the opposition in any language on any channel. You come and debate how you have murdered this institution called Parliament. Come, because we can't debate in Parliament.
Okay,
And by the way, I must tell you, we are not going to boycott Parliament. We will not boycott Parliament.
Okay, you know, I was
Today
meaning to
was the
ask you this,
token we
Mr.
did a
Derek O'Brien.
walkout.
It seems very interesting that even here, we don't see a very united opposition voice. You've got the Congress which wants a different strategy, and we see the Trinamool Congress not really participating in a call for a unified boycott by the opposition. Why?
Absolutely not. Be less worried about the opposition voices are absolutely united on issues. What are the issues? The sanctity of Parliament. What are the issues? Scrutiny of legislation. What are the issues? 3. Price rise. 4. Fuel price rise. 5. Border security force. 6. Federalism. 7. Jobs. Youth unemployment. 8. What's happening on China. 9. Pegasus. 10. Disinvestment and depriving the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe of their jobs. These are the 9-10 issues. Every single member of the opposition, all parties are on the same page. Our tactics may be different. Today, for example, what happened in Parliament? One group, Congress party and some other opposition parties said their piece and they walked out. 5 minutes later, Trinamool Congress demanded that the 100 BJP MPs be thrown out of Parliament, and then Trinamool walked out. Please be less, the country needs to be less obsessed about, or not the country, some of the media, be less obsessed about who went to this meeting, what was the tactic. Parliamentary tactics can be different. But the bigger issue, issue.
No, and I asked you this question because you laid a lot of stress on the fact that you will not boycott. That's why I asked you this question. You know, the government has also, Mr. Derek
Nobody will boycott. I can tell you, no opposition party. We spoke to all of them today. We will not allow Modi and Shah to give the Gujarat Gymkhana model here in Parliament. No. We are not going to boycott. I am telling you, 1 or 2 parties had the view, because see, if a party boycotts, I respect their individual decision. I can tell you Trinamool, I'm not here as a spokesperson for 15 opposition. Trinamool's view is that, listen, we will fight you on the floor of the house. Like for example, tomorrow, our MPs who have been suspended, completely illegally suspended, Dola Sen and Shanta Chetri, they will sit every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. outside Gandhi statue. They will sing songs, other people will go and show their solidarity.
The opposition is not in the mood to boycott, and that is an interesting message coming in from the Trinamool Congress. Thank you very much, Mr. Derek O'Brien, for joining us on this broadcast. All right, joining us right now are MPs of the Congress as well as the BJP. I have Ms. Amiben Yagnik of the Congress Party and Satish Chand Dubey. He is an MP of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Mr. Dubey, I want to begin with you first. You know, we've seen in the past that there have been comments made by leaders of the BJP कि जिम्मेदारी किसकी है कि संसद चलता रहे, हाउस चलाने की जिम्मेदारी किसकी, where senior BJP leaders have said that it is the responsibility of the government. आज यही नियम आपके ऊपर लागू नहीं होता?
हेलो
जी,
ऐसा है कि हमारी जिम्मेवारी तो बनती है कि सदन हम चलाने का प्रयास करें. हम प्रयास ही कर सकते हैं. हम जबरदस्ती किसी विपक्ष को लाके वहां बैठा नहीं सकते हैं. इन लोग की बैठने की, सदन में कार्रवाई चलने देने की अगर इच्छा हो तब ना चल सकता है. इसके पहले तो आप देखे ही हैं कि बहुत प्रयास किया गया. हर व्यक्ति प्रयास किया, बीजेपी के तरफ से लीडरशिप प्रयास किया कि हर हाल में सदन चले, लेकिन उग्रता का एक सीमा होता है. उग्रता का सीमा इन्होंने तोड़ दिया था, जिसके चलते पिछला बार सदन नहीं चला. उसी के आलोक में इस बार अगर कार्रवाई हुई है तो फिर वही उसी रास्ते पे लोग चलने का प्रयास जारी कर दिया है.
How will you respond to this, Amiben Yagnik? The BJP says that you have set off on a path where you want to be disruptionist to a point where the behavior became unruly and violent.
I think you have to look at the issue in the context of it. Continuously requesting the Honorable Chair to take up the notices for hearing as per the parliamentary rule book, and if the opposition is not heard at all and they want to pass the bills without discussion, I think this speaks a lot about the way in which the present government wants to conduct the parliament sessions. Time and again, if you look at the last session and even before that, when the farm bills were brought in, it was requested by all the opposition parties, because they come with their say of the representatives from where they come, that please listen to the stakeholders, please listen to what we have to say. The parliament is meant for discussion and deliberation, but not a word is being heard. It is practically said that, well, this will not go on record, this side would not be shown. You will hardly find that this side is shown. When we go on requesting from our places, then we go and request when we go near him and tell the Honorable Chair, please take our discussions, and nothing is heard, then there is no way out. And then I think the BJP should not forget what Arun Jaitley ji and Sushma Swaraj ji did. Almost 90% of the Rajya Sabha time during the UPA time, they had wasted and disrupted parliament. And when they were asked why you are doing so, they said, this is the most important work, Arun Jaitley ji said. This is the only way we can say that in a democracy, we make ourselves heard as an opposition party. So when we are asking that please hear us, we are not asking for our personal.
Okay, let me ask this question of Mr. Dubey. Mr. Dubey, आपको लगता है it becomes very important on the government to make sure that the opposition is heard? भाई अगर वो लोग कह रहे हैं कि आप उनको बोलने ही नहीं दे रहे हैं, वो अपनी बात रख ही नहीं पा रहे हैं सदन में, तो फिर ये कैसे बिल पास हो रहे हैं? I mean, surely you don't want a situation कि भाई इस रफ्तार से तो आप एक सेशन में 100 बिल पास करा लीजिए.
देखिए ऐसा नहीं है कि हम लोग बोलने का अवसर नहीं देते हैं, सदन में कार्रवाई में भाग लेने का अवसर नहीं मिलता है इन लोगों को. इन लोगों की मंशा ही बिल्कुल दूसरे ढंग का है. और बात उसी समय से मैं अरुण जेटली जी का और सुषमा स्वराज जी का सुन रहा था, इन्होंने रख रहा था कि 2000 में ऐसे हुआ था. तो 2000 में क्या सभापति पे पन्ना फाड़ के फेंका गया था, या जो बैग रखते हैं पेपर पर रखने के लिए उसको चला के उनके कुर्सी पर मारा गया था? क्या ऐसा हुआ था क्या उस समय?
Amiben Yagnik, I think the point that is being made is of unruly behavior against disruption. Disruption versus decorum. That's the point being made.
Sanket ji, the first and the basic thing that comes up before these disruptions is that let us be heard. And when you go on requesting, in fact, you are practically imploring to the Honorable Chairperson that we have already filed these notices yesterday, and they are not 1, 2, 3, they are in dozens. And if they are not taken up for hearing and some order is passed that no, they are not necessary to be heard, then what would the opposition do? They are answerable to the people who have voted for them and sent them here to make their submissions. If these submissions are not heard, you are not only
okay. Let me ask Mr. Dubey, is it the responsibility of the Parliamentary Affairs Minister and the leaders of the Rajya Sabha and the deputy leader in the Rajya Sabha to make sure that the opposition's voice is heard? उनका शिकवा ये है कि आप उनको बोलने नहीं दे रहे, उनकी बात जो है वो रखने नहीं दे रहे.
देखिए, शांति ढंग से चलेगा, निश्चित रूप से बोलने का हर व्यक्ति को अवसर मिलेगा और मिलता भी है. वैसे चीज पर ये लोग नोटिस देता है जो अब सभापति के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि उसको एक्सेप्ट करेंगे कि नहीं करेंगे, और किस रूल के तहत करेंगे, किस रूल के तहत नहीं करेंगे. वो तो उनका सविवेका अधिकार है, सविवेक से वो अपना कर सकते हैं. रहा बात कि ऐसा नहीं है कि उनको अवसर नहीं देते हैं बोलने का. आज ही देखिए, आज सदन चल रहा था, स्पेशल मेंशन था, उसमें सपा के लोग बोला और उसके बाद वॉकआउट किया. बहुत से दल के लोग बोला और तब वॉकआउट किया.
नहीं, ऐसे तो कांग्रेस भी बोल के वॉकआउट किया, टीएमसी भी बोल के वॉकआउट किया. एंड दैट ब्रिंग्स मी टू माय लास्ट क्वेश्चन. मिस आमीबेन याग्निक, डू यू थिंक दैट दीज वॉकआउट्स एंड मूविंग अवे और बॉयकॉट्स are actually helping the government? So if you walk out from the house, then the government will turn around and say, well, what can we do? These guys walked out, thus we are passing our bills.
Sanket, if one is not heard, one is not allowed to speak, one is not allowed to deliberate or discuss the most important business in the house, which is legislative business. What is the opposition going to do there, standing there and not being allowed to speak at all?
Sure.
The most important point is that, is the government going to have its way and not allow the parliamentary democratic procedures to be followed?
Okay,
Is
I
that
guess
be-
it'll
is
be
that- has it
important to
become
see
so
what the government is going
high-handed?
It'll be important to see what the government is going to do from here on. Will there be a coordination, or will we see this winter session and its fireworks on full display? Thank you very much.